Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Not come on in. Not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
Oh, girl, we about to get into some lesbian mess, bitch. Girl, I'm excited. But before we get into that, let's not forget, y'all, we are coming closer to our trip to Phuket, Thailand, June 13th through the 20th. Man, I'm telling y'all, I just got my flight. Shout out to Taisha. Okay, shout out to Reset by Design Wellness. Okay, we really trying to make this happen. That Bali trip gonna be popping as well. So y'all just make sure y'all following Reset by Design Wellness on Instagram so you can stay abreast of when we go to Bali, because that will probably also be this year. So yeah, y'all, www.resetbydesignwellness.com. We're going to Thailand, bitch. I ain't gonna lie, girl. I ain't know when I was gonna go to Thailand. I'm so excited. But let me tell y'all something. I am even more excited to get into this goddamn mess. All right, what's going on? Listen, hold up. Let me. Let me. I'm sorry. Princella, I'm gonna make fun of you a little bit in this bitch. So please be prepared, okay? Please have your regular bitch hat on so you can hear me out. Because this is coming from a place of love, okay? Bitch, please. Okay? I'm telling you right now. I'm starting this off by letting y'all know. Listen, I know I'm married to a nigga, right? I can count the amount of men I've been with in my life on one hand. The women, I cannot. I've forgotten some people, okay? And that's not to say that I've had one night stands, because I don't do one night stands, but it's been a okay. So I just want everybody to know I'm coming from the bisexual standpoint of this, but somebody that had to come out to their mama. Hello. Okay. Somebody that has spent a huge part of their life in love with toxic stud ass women. So I know a toxic stud when I see one. And Princella, baby, you a toxic stud. Congratulations, bitch. Okay. You is a toxic lesbian, ma'am. Okay. And we're about to get into why I say this. And listen, please don't feel offended. You a baby lesbian, bitch. You just figuring out you like coochie in the past few years. And when you like people, listen, let me tell y'all something. Coochie is a hell of a drug. And you will be disarmed by women in a way that you won't be disarmed by men. Because you know that, a woman can go crazy, but essentially they can't beat you to death like a nigga for the most part. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that you just don't have to worry about when it comes to being with women. Also, as I've said before, emotionally, women do this very easily. That's why you call them U-Haul lesbians. Y'all done known each other for 24 hours and y'all moving in together. Listen, I have done this. Okay, I have met the girl that day. All right. I met the girl that day. The next day, she was living in my dorm room. Okay. I have not been able to get rid of her since then. All right. So I'm just letting everybody know it's very hard to break up with and get over lesbian relationships because of how much you actually kind of like glue into each other. Okay. So when these two women decide they want to both get on the internet and act like they ain't really like each other like that, I call cap. Do you hear me, bitch? I call cap. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all how okay, a bitch spidey senses be tingling, because I'll never forget. I was watching a video. I think I might have been getting dressed. Me and Lyric might have been about to go somewhere, and I'm watching Princella, and I see B Taylor in her video. I didn't know who B Taylor was. Y'all, I'm in and out that manosphere shit. I ain't got time for that. Like, I don't do that. Y'all know I do whatever the fuck I want to do. I ain't got time to be arguing with no niggas. I got a nigga. I ain't trying to go to no nigga to tell me how to get a nigga. I've never had a problem getting or keeping a nigga. It has never been a tough time for me. I don't need Kevin Samuels or any other nigga that's barely getting as much coochie as I was getting to tell me about how to keep or find a nigga. That has never been what I needed. I also never needed no other grown-ass woman to tell me how to be feminine, okay? So I'm just saying, I ain't never been out here looking for these things. So B. Taylor being in the, feminine, fit friendly manosphere, trying to find a man to take care of me and my, that whole thing. I don't really do that. Okay. That ain't my wave. So I didn't know nothing about how Princella and B. Taylor decided they wanted to piss the manosphere off. And I'm gonna tell you, this is where y'all started off fucked up. To be honest, I'm gonna tell y'all put way too much energy into making the manosphere mad. Who cares? To actually perform, to get up there and Princella stole B. Taylor from the manosphere. Yeah, I'm sorry. All of that shit is lame. I love you, P. I do, bitch. Okay, I do. But that's some lame ass shit. You wouldn't even have to do that. You talk your shit and let them niggas be mad about it. But you ain't got to get up here and pump fake with no woman in order to make them mad. And let's be clear, both of them were lame for that, right? Both of them are lame for that. But be very clear. The intention was always to see what was up with one another. B. Taylor was the first video I saw because I watched Real with Yanni, right? So I see Real with Yanni do a video. I'm like, bitch, what is going on? I don't even know what's going on. I look up B. Taylor and I'm watching B. Taylor on Instagram Live. And the whole time I was like, but did you eat her coochie? Did you munch down on Princella? Because you can't talk about how you didn't really want it as a 30-something-year-old woman going on dates and shit with a known lesbian. That don't even make no sense. Girl, that don't even make no sense. You knew what you was trying to do when y'all both decided to get up there and flirt with each other. And all of this shit for the manosphere. That's too much energy towards them niggas for both of y'all. For Princella and for her, that's too much energy towards niggas that don't matter, for one. For two, you always wanted that lady. I don't care what you're talking about. You was always interested or curious. But I'm going to have to be honest. Y'all know I'm a member. I was on Princella's Live today, so I made some motherfucking notes. And we're going to talk about the shit that you did not mention, the questions that were not answered. And let me tell you something, P. It may not be you that has the godlike complex, but the people that support you have follower-ass mindsets, okay? They are followers to the point of aggression. Make sure you don't say nothing them hoes got an issue with in the comments, because they going to be it. Listen, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a YouTuber too. But at the end of the day, we should have been able to have that conversation with Princella without the moderators threatening everybody, with blocking and all of that. Because I'm like, I feel like I can't even ask a question without somebody in the comments talking about, she doesn't have to answer anything. Then why is she up here answering it for us then, ma'am? If she don't have to answer the questions, if she don't have to be clear, then what the fuck we here for? Okay? So let's be clear. A lot of y'all were in the comments saying shit that B. Taylor did not say in that members only live. Y'all was talking about B. Taylor said she essayed her. That's not what she said. She did not say she was abusing her daughter either. And Princella, I know you want to act like you ain't watched that video. But bitch, you watched that video. You watched that video. I also want to tell you that every time you get up there and bring a minion up there to speak on your behalf, I low-key tune out. Because I'm not going to believe any of those women's version of a story. I'm just not. Because I'm sorry, there's no disrespect to a lot of those women, because I know we have cross watchers, okay? No disrespect to y'all, but a lot of y'all do too much. Y'all do way too much. And y'all make it uncomfortable sometimes in them damn comments. Y'all do. She may not, but y'all do. And let's be clear, Princella, we not just moving off of the shit that B. Taylor said. We moving off the shit we saw. A lot of us know that you have a temper. We can tell by looking at you that you would scream on somebody or just get real impatient. Bitch, I get impatient when people ignore the clicking for the seatbelt too. So I can't really be mad at you about that because I would get mad. Bitch, put your seatbelt on. I'm sorry. All right. Look, I'm sorry, bitch. Okay. I'm sorry. But please put the seatbelt on. My God. Okay. So there was a lot of shit that B Taylor said that I could automatically hear the bullshit in. B Taylor, if you had to tell us one more time your family didn't want you to be with this woman, oh no shit. No shit that your people didn't want your straight presenting ass to be in a relationship with a known lesbian that might be the head of a goddamn cult. Of course your people don't want you with her. That's not a surprise. And that also is not indicative of anything being wrong with Princella. Here's the issue I have with Princella, and this is just off of, just some shit I noticed, general. She is not yet comfortable with being a lesbian. She is not, and I'm saying that because it's all being a lesbian is not just who you date and understanding the women that you're dating. It's also how you present. That's why people have to come out the closet. That's why people, do a lot to showcase gayness, because a lot of it is about how you perform your femininity and your masculinity. And I feel like Princella puts on costumes for people. All of the, I gotta put my titties and do all of that is acting. All of that is putting on. And I hate when she does that. Because in essence, I feel like you really just want to wear your braids, bitch. You really just want to wear your braids and your fitted caps. You know what I'm saying? You really need to go ahead and think about locking up, okay? That way you can switch back and forth without losing the integrity of the masculinity that we really feeling. You know what I'm saying? She remind me of the young lesbians back in the day in the country. They didn't know what to do with their masculinity because nobody was teaching them. So their hair was always fucked up. They always had a stiff roller wrap. Remember her wigs wasn't quite right until B Taylor came and helped out with that. That's because that's not natural for you, bitch. But you feel like you need to showcase yourself in a feminine way because otherwise these women out here that you're trying to connect with not going to listen to you. So you got to get up there and show them that you can do titties and you can do fish and you can do femme and all of that so they'll hear what you have to say. I know what's going on. But essentially, the realest that we got from you was in that members only live today with you with your cap on, no makeup, with your t-shirt on, just running it. That was the realest that we got from you, bitch. And I really feel like you just haven't figured that out for yourself comfortably before you get online and start to preach to people about what they should be doing. I also want to clock one thing that B Taylor said that I absolutely agree with, and that's the fact that I don't think you can be alone. As much as you preach to women about them being alone, and listen, I agree with you. You're not wrong, but I do want to know, can you be alone? And people they'll probably feel the same way about me because I'm married. But there was a time where I wasn't married and I was by my fucking self and I was perfectly fine. Okay? So I don't know, bitch, but I know you seem to get a girlfriend after a girlfriend after a girlfriend after a girlfriend. And you ain't even fully divorced from the nigga. And I get that's really of no consequence to the situation because people be making it hard to get divorces sometimes. And sometimes you may not have the paper. I don't know. But ultimately, what I'm going to say is you're not yet comfortable in your sexuality, but you use it as a tool in what you do here on YouTube. Because you use it as a tool, you have to save face. You have to, in some ways, put on a show for people instead of just being who you are in it, which is somebody that's really just figuring it out. And you said that in your live today, but I feel like that was missing from all of them group activities you was coming on here doing these past couple of days. Every time you got up here with another person talking to you, talking for you, I'm like, here go another bitch that want their coochie ate, Like, I'm sorry, but a lot of those women come off like they can't have a conversation with you without like seeing you as a god. And it's not your fault that they see you that way. They don't know how to take the information or support you without acting like, like cult members. Like everything you say is right. When I was reading some of them comments, I was like, there is no way that y'all sitting up here agreeing with all of this shit. Main thing from the live today. You sending text messages that's paragraphs long like that, you can act like that's not a narcissistic tool But low key it is. And when you kept saying narcissistic people don't send long ass text messages, I was like, bitch, I beg to differ. A narcissist will sit there and craft a text message to drag you down in the most nice, nasty way possible and berate the fuck out of you and then play victim, all while sending you a Aaliyah 4-page letter about their fucking feelings. So when you was talking that shit, I was like, girl, no, that's not true. That's not true. I didn't want to say nothing. They was gonna block me, bitch. I couldn't be honest. I couldn't be honest in the comments, P, because I felt like them hoes was gonna block me. And I don't want to get blocked because I still support you, bitch. Like that's why I'm even doing this video. I'm really doing this video because I feel like, for one, I'm a member, so I was able to see the other side of this. And for two, I clocked B. Taylor running away from her attraction to women in her life. Like, ma'am, you're attracted to women. And maybe you feel shame about that. But let me tell y'all something. I've had experiences with women where, and the one time I went against my rule, and this is rule number one for all of the women that date women out there. Do not date no fucking first timers. Do not date no I've never ate a coochie first time lesbian, bisexual, bi-curious ass bitch. Don't do that. Let her try that out with somebody else that's curious. Don't let her play with your feelings like that, because what they'll do is they will pursue you, as I feel B. Taylor did. I told y'all, me and Lyric was getting ready. I saw that video and I saw her in the video. I said, I said, Lyric said, what? I said, it's just, when you get on, people be trying to use you. I clocked it immediately. But here's the thing. You liked that she was using you. You also like that she was not wanting to let you go. You could keep acting like, oh, she was abusing me and I was just having, she was stressing me out. But you know what you sound like when you were saying that shit? You sound like when you talk about how these men can't control their emotions and their feelings. So whenever a woman is talking to them and they losing their shit because they not able to really operate on the same level, that shit, yeah, that's exactly what you was saying when you was talking about how B. Taylor's emotions trigger you and you start yelling or hitting the steering wheel. But what did you do to make me do that? No, bitch, calm down. No. Because if it's the other way around and with men, they need to calm down, then you need to do the same, regardless of how she making you feel. And if she's somebody that's always triggering you to be that way, then you should have figured out in January that you didn't want to be with that girl. But to be clear, and that was another thing, you said you broke up with her in January, but really it seemed like y'all didn't really break up until April. That's what it really seemed like. It really seemed like y'all was still talking, possibly flirting, or whatever the fuck else from October when y'all first started talking all the way until April when y'all finally broke it off for real, and B. Taylor goes public with the situation. And now you already got a new girlfriend and you sitting up there acting like I broke up with her in January. It ain't been that long. Ma'am, overlap. Get the fuck out of here. It's some overlap going on. And I'm going to go through my notes because I want to go blow by blow. Okay, but I just want to be clear. Princella is very intelligent, very smart, and the way she is able to dissect conversations, the way she is able to read content and redistribute it in order, in a way for everybody to understand, to match the message that she is trying to give, she is top at that. There's no bullshit in that. I do feel like she has pure intentions. I do. I don't feel like she's as fucked up as everybody's trying to make her seem. But I do feel like a lot of people that may or may not be on the spectrum that show up in this world in a way that is not always conducive to what society feels like a woman should look like, it's hard for them. Just like it's hard for everybody who can't stand Amanda Seales' ass. It's hard for Pete, just like it's been hard for me growing up. Like, I ain't on no spectrum, but not that I know of, y'all. But I'm not gonna lie and say it hasn't been hard being a outside of the box thinker, knowing I like women since I was 5 years old. Like, it has not been easy. Okay. But to be very clear, we are all raised to be male identified and to center men and what is best for men and to handle things the way men would handle them, even as women, which is why it's so aggravating when everybody wants to start calling motherfuckers aggressive. Why do you think we're aggressive? We're aggressive because this is the way we've been raised to be, especially as Black women. Y'all always making us responsible for some grown ass man, like his actions. Y'all make little girls responsible for the actions of grown ass men every day, B. And then you act surprised when these same young girls grow up and have a nigga like mentality. Trust me, I'm one of them. Okay? Trust me, I'm one of them. When she was talking about, oh, I'll eat your coochie and all of that shit, bitch, I giggled through all of that. Okay? Because there's some girls out there right now, okay, that already know what it's hitting for. All right? But let's get into it. So she reads long ass text messages sent to B. Taylor, and I feel like a nice, nasty, almost psychological way of berating her because some of the shit you were saying was highly disrespectful and would hurt a motherfucker's feelings. But I guess because you being honest, you think that her feelings have no place in it, right? But your feelings of aggravation, angst, dread, anxiety, all that shit you was talking about. You're entitled to have emotions, but she isn't. I've noticed that. When you were talking about a lot of the shit, oh, she was putting you through it by telling you her emotions, but you can't also see how you may have put her through it by the way you are easily triggered and upset. Did you not clock that this girl was doughy-eyed and giving Bambi vibes? You did. And not in a predatory way, but in a way that probably felt safe for you. As a woman that's constantly been victimized by men, you probably look for women that make you feel safe. And a lot of times the women that make you feel safe are probably Bambi, doughy-eyed, somewhat, you know what I'm saying? Not all the way peeping what's going on, green ass, naive women. Okay? She also admits that she yells and hits the steering wheel. She admit that, but said that, well, what was she doing to make me do that? That sounds like some shit a nigga would say. Okay. I'm just saying that's what I peeped. They argued about Santa and how they would talk to their children because they were basically having their children together. B. Taylor has 2 boys. Princella has her little girl. Okay. And they were having time with these children together. So they're having arguments over, how B. Taylor wants her children to live, in the land of delusion as a child. I don't see an issue with it. They're going to come out of it anyway. But I also understand Princella saying, I don't want my daughter to, grow up believing that anybody's buying her shit but me. That's weird. Some people feel like that. They're entitled to feel that way. They were having disagreements about stuff like that. They were having disagreements about religion. Again, Princella sending long ass text messages, acting like you want to break up with somebody, but somehow a month later, y'all are back sending kiss face emojis. Be fucking for real. You wanted to be with that girl just like she wanted to be with you. No matter how exhausting she was, you liked her energy. And that's the thing I didn't hear you talk about. Neither one of y'all talked about really what actually got y'all into each other because B. Taylor pretends as if everything that got her into you was a manipulation and a grooming process, which is fucking cap. You are 30 and that lady told you she eat coochie. What did you think was going to happen? Princella, you also did not answer my questions about you pulling out porn on her, except for when you talked about being in a bed. Let me just say this. Princella, baby, you ain't laying in no bed with no bitch you didn't already put your mouth on and masturbating in the bed with her and acting like that's not a tool of manipulation. And when I say that, I mean you meant to make her feel a way. I think B. Taylor wasn't giving you what you wanted, and so you wanted to make her feel the longing. That's why you was masturbating in the bed and shit. Because you wanted to make her feel away. You wanted an opportunity to turn her down because she probably wasn't, munching on you the way she should have been. And that's another reason why you don't fuck with women that ain't never ate no coochie before, because they always act like they want it and they so into you. And then when it comes time to play, you the only one that's eating people out. Girl, I've been there. I've been there. Thank God I needed to go through that. Never again, bitch. Never again. Okay? Anyway, Princella doesn't see her own toxicity in their relationship. She doesn't. She continues to feel like she did nothing wrong. People in the comments, you did nothing wrong. Cap. It's cap. At the end of the day, you want to hold other people responsible, then you should have held yourself responsible for the fact that you did not end that relationship back in January when you said, I kept trying to get away from her. Y'all don't even stay in the same place. Why the fuck was it so hard for you to stay away from her? Why was it so hard for you to block her and not talk to her no more? Come on now. You like the fact that she was giving you crazy bitch energy. I know you did, because all of the toxic lesbians love for some crazy femme bitch to be running after them. It makes them feel good about themselves. Trust me, I know. Okay? I'm usually the crazy femme bitch. So I know that stud women like yourself love to be chased by women. You do. That's why you create a push-pull effect sometimes. Even if you don't mean to, it's because you like to, especially because she was always trying to play it off like she wasn't really into women. So you probably used to do a lot of making her prove herself to you in some capacity, since she wanted to act like she wasn't really into the cooch like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me press on. I said that y'all shouldn't have ever played that game for the manosphere, because I feel like it undermines both of y'all to play that game for them niggas. Fuck them. Second of all, B. Taylor, when you said, oh, she threw me out there, she just pulled me out the closet. Bitch, you don't pretend that you fucking with somebody, and then when they say, nah, we really fucking around, now you want to act all surprised like somebody pulled you out of the closet. You was willing to play that game on social media, so don't be scared now, bitch. Don't be scared now. And I don't think you were actually scared to tell the truth about Princella because of her followers and all of that. I don't believe that. I just don't. At the end of the day, what the fuck they was gonna do? Dox you? People don't already know that you online doing all of this, B. Taylor? Like, come on now. Especially if you somebody that's actually on the news in Dallas or Houston or wherever the hell y'all are. People at your news station probably already know what you got going on out there. And that was something you should have been thinking about from the beginning. That's not on, Princella at the end of the day. Princella says that she wanted to bring love and light. And then she proceeded to guilt trip Princella into staying with her. I'm like, that's what everybody does when they don't want the relationship to end. So you just gonna do me like this. Yeah. That's what everybody does when they don't want the relationship to end. They try to guilt trip the person into staying with them. It is only a true grown-ass adult that recognizes that when somebody no longer wants to be with you, you got to fall back. And obviously she wasn't in that space because she doesn't even know who she is sexually. Okay? So she was stressing her to the point of chest pains. Yeah, Princella really wanted to drive it home that this girl was abusing her by stressing her out, but never was really being specific. Just saying the girl had OCD. So I'm guessing that whenever Princella was at her house, you were trifling or something like that. You weren't as clean as she is. I don't know. Okay, but that could possibly be true, Princella. You are a very masculine woman, and a lot of the times when you are a masculine woman, you cut off the femininity that creates a comfortable, chic home. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have, that, and if you do, it's somewhere dormant inside of you because you do so much other shit like research and doing your lives and all the other things you do. So you may not have the time to curate the household and curate the schedule that your baby needs to be on exactly and all of that. And to be very clear, bitch, when B. Taylor was talking about how you don't have that baby on the sleep schedule and you be feeding her fast food and cold drinks all the time and shit, I think all of us that watch you all the time could admit to the fact that we've at one point or another been watching you on live at 2:00 in the morning and heard your little girl coming in there to pour herself some orange soda. I'm sorry, bitch. And that's not to say you're a bad mother. It's not, because you are a single mother, and it does seem as if you're doing a lot of this on your own. Okay. So I was never really gonna judge you for that shit. But when she pulled that out of her pocket, I'm sorry. That was the one thing I can say that we all who watched you and who watched you often can attest to the fact that your baby do be up all night and that y'all do eat fast food and cold drinks and shit. And motherfuckers in the comments, she's always cooking meals for her. Bitch, when? I ain't never seen it. I ain't never seen it. Maybe I wasn't on that TikTok. I don't know. Okay. But at the same time, we've never seen B. Taylor as a parent. What we do know is B. Taylor be, out here getting money from niggas all the time. Okay, we know you out here thotting and bopping to an extent, B Taylor. It's the way you talk about your life that lets us know that, yeah, you take care of yourself. You got a good job, you got a nice house, you got your 2 kids and all of that, but you still out here acting like a fucking child with the way you handle your relationships. We can judge you for some shit too. Okay. So I'ma just say, yeah, she clocked some shit that may be true, but I won't necessarily I don't think that means that the child is being abused. I don't think that means that Princella doesn't love her daughter. That's something I don't feel like I ever saw. I did see her, all right, girl, go sit down somewhere. Go be quiet. People do that to their kids all the time when they trying to work. So I never really felt no type of ways about that. Also, there are times when her baby would come into the frame and she would show affection to her child. Like I've seen it so many times where the baby would come in and say something. She was like, yeah. Like, fuck what y'all talking about on this live. My daughter talking to me about something right now. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, go sit down. Go sit down for me. I'm gonna be finished in a minute. All right. Okay, I love you too. And she would kiss her baby and her baby would go off camera. So at the end of the day, like I will never say I feel like that lady don't love her baby. I would never say I feel like she's abusing her baby. None of that shit. Do I feel like she is a single parent that may be lacking in some areas because she doesn't have the help and she's doing a lot on her own? Yeah. I could definitely see that portion of it. Okay. I do feel like B Taylor got real nasty with the way she started talking about Princella once they got to the end of that video. I do, then you talking about boy moms, but you not even it got real nasty. And Princella, I know you kept saying that you kept it off the internet, but you was throwing subliminals, bitch. Cut it out. Cut it out. Let's be real. You was throwing subliminals, but at the end of the day, if nobody knows who you talking about, it don't really matter. She knew who you was talking about, though. So when she get mad and take her shit to Yanni's channel, because Yanni got 250,000 subscribers and you only got 84, that was absolutely a move to trump you. And if I was Yanni, I would be careful of B Taylor because y'all wasn't cool until this, y'all wasn't that cool. Y'all was cool, but y'all wasn't that cool until this shit happened. Seems like she was using your platform because you had more followers than her. Then she said that the mattress was pissy. And the house was nasty and dirty. And child, the worst thing you could tell to everybody is that you a woman talking about femininity and you got an old nasty, dirty ass house and a nasty mattress and all of that type of shit, child. That's the best way to make everybody be like, you know what I mean? So B Taylor was absolutely going in. She was trying to destroy Princella's, her reputation. She really was. And honestly, now that I have the full picture, she was trying to do that because you don't want her no more. And now she's trying to act like I was never really into a woman. I'm like, girl, fucking cap. Fucking cap. It's giving lesbians. It's giving hurt lesbians. Let me tell y'all something. The lady that chased me for a fucking year, and then when I finally swung around on her, like, what's sad and what's up? And then played crazy on me and then turned around and act like I was chasing her. Bitch, I'll never forget. You just like all them niggas that's chasing me. Excuse me? So yeah, I could totally believe that B Taylor was out here acting vindictive and bitter because Princella didn't want to be with her anymore. I could absolutely see that. But I can also see Princella, you liked her attention. You liked that she was acting crazy about you. You liked that she kept coming back. You like that shit. Stop fronting on us. Stop fronting on us. Like, and that's what I can't take. Don't front. If y'all gonna get up here on the internet and tell everybody y'all motherfucking business, don't front now. Don't lie. And both of y'all, I feel like at one point or another, is low-key lying. Okay? Either way, Princella sent the final text message bidding her farewell and good morrows. Okay? Long-ass text message. Of course, she was upset. She was mad. Princella don't want to be with me no more. Bitch, you don't want to be with me. My sister told me not to fuck with you. You know how bitches be. Okay? Princella went on a retreat. There was some fugazi shit going on. There was a girl that Princella really liked. And there was a girl that was a snake there. And the snake was mad that Princella liked the other girl. And honestly, it low-key feel like, Princella, what you're gonna have to learn is when you trying to pull these women on the internet, you pull women that are low-key stalkers, like baby reindeer type shit. They want you, and they want you all to themselves. And that means they're going to sabotage and cause issues in the community of women that you're trying to build, because they're seeing you as the savior. They've replaced these niggas with you. That's basically what's occurred. A lot of those women, I feel like, yes, they listening to what you're saying and all of that, but essentially they are merely replacing you, or replacing men with their worship of you, is what it seems like. Let's see what else is going on. So apparently the lady who threw the retreat was also supposed to throw a retreat for Yanni. Y'all, I'm so glad I involved with these people. Like, my people is good people. Y'all, my Reset by Design Wellness Retreat people, child, we so chill. We not into all of this. Okay? Well, we not into all this. We know what's going on, but we ain't into all this. Okay? Not like this. Some grown people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. Weird bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, either way, the girl called Yanni and told Yanni that Princella was on the retreat with a bitch. So now Yanni tells B Taylor, and B Taylor is pissed off, calls Princella 3 times in a row. Princella showed us the missed calls. Showed us the missed calls of her calling 3 times in a row, because she's mad that you didn't gotta go. You didn't moved on so fast. You know what I'm saying? Girl, B Taylor lost it. So then Princella played an old video from April 29th. Okay, this past April 29th, of B Taylor in her comments saying that she was dating somebody in her book club. So this is when Princella think that she's showing you evidence of how B Taylor is fucked up, but not showing you how much she likes the fact that B Taylor is fucked up. But this is how I know you liked it. Okay. So she sees B Taylor in her comments, and B Taylor says she dating somebody in her book club. And Princella smiled and was like, yeah, I am. I'm dating somebody in my book club. Bitch, you know who you talking to. You know you talking to your crazy ass ex. So instead of ignoring her, blocking her, or just, man, whatever, acting like you ain't see the shit, you engage with her. Then one of the people in the comments, that has one of her moderators who's already seen this shit before, between the two of them on TikTok, decides she's gonna block B Taylor. Bitch, B Taylor picked the phone up. So you blocking me? Mind you, Priscilla's still on TikTok live, bitch. Priscilla is still on TikTok live having a full-blown argument meltdown with B Taylor in her ear. Now, we can't hear what B Taylor's saying, but you know, what the fuck is wrong with you? No. Girl, why the fuck is you having this conversation with this girl on TikTok? Because you want everybody to see her chasing you and acting jealous and being crazy over your ass, because you enjoy it. It bolsters your ego and it make you feel good. Bitch, I know. Listen, when that same crazy ass bitch popped up on me one time, I couldn't help but smile, because I just knew. I was like, child, you act like you didn't want me, and now you low-key stalking me, huh? Okay. Okay. It's a kiki. It's a kiki and low-key a good feeling. But you can't turn around and act like somebody was abusing you when you kept inviting their energy back into your life. That's not abuse. That's a decision that you was making. Just like she was not groomed. She knew what she was getting into when she was coming down to the dinner to get her toes sucked on. Okay? So the fact that she even had that conversation on TikTok live let me know you liked the attention. You wanted everybody to know that B Taylor was running behind you, and you enjoyed y'all's back and forth banter to some extent, because it's still on some toxicity. It's still on some toxic relationship shit. And let me tell you something. Y'all think toxic relationships with men feel good. Let me tell y'all something. A toxic relationship with a woman is some of the most addictive shit you can ever go through. Because again, the way women actually connect with one another sometimes is so deep and it feels really, really good to connect with somebody on a deep level like that, but they will still turn around and be toxic and do push pull and play games and pump fake and pretend like they not feeling what they feeling, or be mean to you because they've been triggered and they're jealous or whatever. And I feel like both of y'all were doing toxic shit, but I don't feel like either one of y'all were being held against y'all will the way both of y'all are on the internet trying to act. Okay? Princella, you don't have to turn yourself into a fucking victim in order for us to see that B. Taylor is doing the most, talking about you groomed her and all of this shit. You don't have to turn yourself into a victim in order for us to recognize that the young lady might be a little upset because you didn't want to be with her anymore. Okay? So, like I said, Princella act like they've been broke up since January 10th, but we all the way in fucking April. Like, girl. Princella was enjoying B. Taylor acting jealous. B. Taylor calls mad because Princella moderator blocked her, said all of that. Princella plays a live where B. Taylor ends up cursing a woman out in her chat after complaining about the way people talk about boy moms, okay? And I really feel like that really just displayed to me how much B. Taylor likes to make a victim out of herself, which I peeped already in that first video on Yanni's channel. Like, well, her being at Yanni's house. That first video she did, I peeped that she was trying to make herself a victim in that. So you didn't even need to show us that shit. But if you wanted to show us that she gets nasty with the women around you, clocked it. Got it. Also, I don't trust a lot of them women around you either. So there's that. I'm just saying the energy is a little okay. It's a little stalkerish. It's a little extra for me. Okay. Um, strong people can be victims too. Yeah, strong people can be victims too, but you're not a victim. P, coming from a place of love, bitch. You are not a victim. The only thing that I feel like makes you a victim is her coming out to disparage you in a way that is untrue, putting 20 on 10 and making it seem as if you're a bad mother and all of that shit. Absolutely. She made a victim out of you in that. But your consistent toxic relationship with her over the course of 6 months was an absolute decision that you made. Okay? It was a decision that you made, ma'am. And the reason why you was hopping all around throughout the text messages and just reading some long ass text messages and leaving some out and all of that is because you don't want us to see when your ass was very much back in good with her. However, you got back in good with her because y'all was giving fight and fuck, just like all the rest of the toxic relationships do. Okay? Her daughter, she says her daughter is autistic. So B. Taylor did not lie about that. She says that my daughter is 5 years old, but she can make her own food. She can do for herself. It's not my fault that my daughter is more self-sufficient than your sons. That's what she said. And I feel like there's no need to feel away because that's usually how it go. Little girls be out here doing the most for themselves no matter what. Little boys be out here, mama doing every goddamn thing for them. That's not surprising. But if you're not gonna act like you wasn't online talking cash money shit about boy moms, that was basically you throwing subliminals at her, you bullshitting. You were. She believes there was no right way to end the relationship. Like it didn't matter what she did, B. Taylor was still gonna respond in the way that she did. There is some truth to that because I feel like you can't control other people in their toxic ways. But I also feel like you recognized that she wasn't on your level. And a lesson that you needed to learn was to stop thinking that you can really fuck with people that's not on your level. And I'm not talking about on your level, like, on YouTube and all of that shit, money, all, none of that. When I'm talking about equally yoked, she don't believe the same shit you believe. She is literally coming off the manosphere brain fuck. And you thought she was going to be able to come into your life as your girlfriend and adopt your ways of thinking without any pushback. And I think that's another thing. Even when you like having these conversations, do you mind having discourse? Because sometimes I feel like you can't deal with discourse. Unless you know you're going to mentally best the person, sometimes you can't deal with people giving you a little discourse. Like I heard you talking to somebody and the lady was asking you a question. You was like, I already answered. I said that. No, you didn't. And calm the fuck down because maybe it needs more clarification. And then she said, I don't like answering questions where I know people are trying to bait me. And I know what you mean. Like they're asking you a question because they're trying to get a certain answer out of you. But if the truth is the truth, it don't fucking matter anyway. If the truth is the truth, then it doesn't matter anyway. You can answer their questions till you blue in the face. If the truth is the truth, then it don't matter. You have got to learn how to calm the fuck down when you are being challenged. And I feel like I've seen you do that before, where people challenge you in certain, panels and all of that shit, and you'll just skate out. You know what I'm saying? You'll just be like, fuck it. And sometimes I understood why, because sometimes people are bent on misunderstanding you and disrespecting you, and there's no need to be in spaces where people are trying to disrespect you. So there were times when I was on the live just because you was there, and when you got off, I was like, good, because ain't nobody got time for this shit. But there are other times when I can tell you are running away from conflict because you get so upset that you sometimes don't know how to regulate yourself in the argument, unless you feel like you're mentally besting somebody, like with Charleston White. You were going to mentally best Charleston White either way because you know that nigga not smarter than you, no way, shape, or form. So it was cool for you to laugh him off and keep your cool in that argument. But when somebody was actually going to be able to give you a run for your money, I think you run from those conversations. I do. I either think you running from them or you getting overly upset and don't want to answer questions and acting like I didn't already answered that. Hey, listen, it's a motherfucking interview, bitch. What you gonna do? You gonna be mad about the questions? You gonna answer them? You gonna hang up the phone? What you gonna do? Calm down, okay? That's how I feel about it. And she said she may be on the spectrum. And I believe that to some extent too, because I do believe that whenever people have like sensitivities to loud noises and stuff like that, but they can be super hyper focused on certain things, like it does sometimes show up as autism. But we're a lot older, and a lot of us that are 35 plus, there's no point in going back and getting tested for this shit. We've already figured it out. We've already figured out how to learn, people. And that's the same thing with Amanda Seales. But everybody's going to act like, Amanda Seales was lying, even though all of y'all will keep calling her crazy. And we're like, that's because sis is probably on the spectrum, but you want to call her a liar because you just don't like her. Okay? At the end of the day, I do not believe this has always been a money thing for Princella. You don't make enough money in YouTube in order for motherfuckers to feel that way. Okay? Do I feel like she might have people around her that see her as somebody that can, get that money up and all of that type of shit? Probably. They got a whole conference going on. I don't know what's going to happen at that conference. I know it costs a lot of money though. But I do not think, to be honest, I think a late diagnosis can help. That's your opinion. Some people feel like, what's the point? I'm already learning. I'm already reading the books. Okay. And like I said, I think for every person that might be a different situation. Actual diagnosis might help some people, but for other people, it's kind of like, I'm okay. You know what I mean? And I can understand that. Either way, the point still remains that when people act crazy, or I'm not act crazy, but when people don't have good social skills, sometimes it is coming from a space of them really not understanding the cues like everybody else does. It is a money thing for her. She got it off her books and workshop. Just because you make money doing something doesn't mean it's just about the money. I'm sorry, but she puts way too much work into a lot of what she does in order for me to feel that way. It's just now with the new book and all of that shit. But to me, like if we're starting off from the beginning, as a YouTuber, you give a lot of free game away. You make a lot of free content that doesn't always make you a lot of money. So if you got a book you can sell, if you got a product you can sell that's gonna make you some money in order to make up for what YouTube gonna cut this month or what you gonna have to pay in taxes, I'm not about to look down on her for that. B Taylor can say whatever the fuck she want to say. I've been watching Princella for long enough to know that there is no way that lady is not genuinely passionate about the shit that she talks about, because it requires too much work. The books that she reads, the shit that she talks about, sometimes the things that she breaks down, She collects a lot of information, and that takes a lot of time. And unless you actually do this shit for a living, you don't know how much it takes sometimes to do the videos that Princella does. I'm sorry. Some of the interviews that Princella has done, like, she has every right to make her money off of her work. She has every right to sell her books. Okay. So maybe she needs to do better. Woo, she got you too, Bondi. Is that what this past 50 minutes has gave you? Okay. I swear to God, I can't call somebody out on their bullshit, but then also point out how I feel like they actually do put a lot of work into what they do. And so I don't see a problem in them making money off of what they do. I didn't, yeah. Hey, if that's how you feel, that's fine. I don't feel that way. And at the end of the day, this is my motherfucking video and my motherfucking commentary on the situation. So I said what the fuck I said, which is that I don't feel like it's all about money. It ain't enough money in YouTube for it to just be about the money. And also, again, like I said, the amount of book reading and education that goes into being a YouTuber, that goes into the type of work specifically that she does, I'm sorry. That's a lot of work to put into something. It can't just be about the money, because at the end of the day, people hate you for the type of content that she makes. And you can make a lot of money saying shit that people actually want to hear. You can make way more money telling people what they want to hear. I promise you, it is way harder to make big bank when you telling motherfuckers shit that they don't want to hear. And she says a lot of shit that y'all don't want to hear. She just sometimes can't take her own advice. And as I said, I'm a fair person. I can see where Princella was fucked up, where she was starting off wrong and being, disingenuous in certain ways and all of that, as I've said over this video. But I am not going to discount the education. I'm not going to discount the work ethic that goes into the content that she makes. It is very intelligent, smart, thought-provoking, and right on with a lot of the shit she says. I'm just not the type of person that's going to take everything somebody says as law. The fuck? I heard Princella saying all that shit about women that still suck dick. Listen, I might have been watching a video of hers and then put the phone down and paused it to go suck my husband's dick. Because ain't nobody gonna tell me what the fuck to do. But when you giving me new information that also aligns with the shit that I know, I can jive with a lot of what she said. You take what works and you leave the rest. Exactly. She would make way more money if she was on that red pill manosphere shit. They got so many people on the internet that tell y'all stupid shit all day to make money off y'all. I'm not going to malign her in that way because I don't feel like that's real. I don't. I've been in her group chats. I've been in her movie nights. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've been there in the group with her talking to these women and trying to help women get over certain things. Do I think at some point the ego gets to anybody? Power corrupts absolutely. 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 But at the end of the day, do I feel like that makes her a charlatan? That makes her a fake? No, I don't. I don't feel that way, y'all. Now, I will tell her she need to be very careful about all of these women that she's allowing around her to help her do what she's trying to do, because they may not always have your best intentions or the people that support you best intentions at heart. So I would be very, very fucking careful. And I would use strong discernment, because I'm gonna tell you, a lot of those women she have around her that was yes menning for her, I don't trust none of them women. I didn't trust B. Taylor when I first saw B. Taylor. And that's because I can see the follower in a lot of those people. I can see them being hell-bent on defending her no matter what, not being honest with her. I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those people. I also don't need to agree with everything somebody say in order to see the value in their commentary. I think it's weird to agree with everything somebody say. I think that's what the fuck I'm saying. That those people that be on her channel agreeing with everything she say, something wrong with y'all. You're not supposed to agree with everything somebody say. You're not supposed to look at somebody as law or as a god. You're supposed to take what they give. If you can use it, filter it, and leave the rest. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to make an idol out of them. But a lot of y'all do that because y'all coming from Christianity. But I'm gonna leave y'all alone because that's a conversation y'all ain't really trying to have. But please be very fucking clear. Ain't nobody got me. Ain't nobody got me. I got more subscribers in this month. I don't ain't nobody got me. And again, I got a nigga. I love my nigga. I don't know what's going on. And I've been into women, as I said, since 5 or 6. She the baby lesbian over there. So please don't misunderstand me and don't get fucked up in these comments. Okay. All right. I feel like I'm done. I feel like I've said what all needed to be said. I would appreciate if y'all would support my channel. You know what I'm saying? My birthday is coming up. Yes, girl, I'm making 36 May 26th. Okay. It's about to be a bitch birthday. And I got shit to pay for. And YouTube don't pay enough all the time. Like I just said, you don't make enough money on this motherfucker for it all just to be about money all the time. Okay? Some of us actually like our fucking jobs. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? Some of us like this shit. Some of us like, finding information and getting up here and talking to people about it. Yeah, it might make us a cute little coin sometimes, but actually we might just enjoy doing the shit. Y'all excuse my dog. Jew, nobody's out, nobody's there. I know you waiting on daddy. He's not here yet. Like, this nigga taking forever to come home, and every little cricket he hear, he think. Okay, so I'm gonna ask y'all to support my channel, and that damn motherfucker tell me it was all about money. I don't know what you think in free entertainment is, but y'all can support. Okay, be out here on this free ass motherfucking app complaining about people trying to make their money on a free app all day, watching motherfuckers content all day, and got the audacity, the unmitigated gall to be acting like people just out here for money. Girl, she can go be a car salesman again if it's all about money. I don't like y'all. I'm just saying, like, niggas be watching content for free and then be mad when people make money off books or however they make their money. B isn't lesbian. She messed up even entertaining her. I believe was acting in lust and opportunity. It wasn't gonna work. Plain as day. Oh no, it wasn't gonna work. And it was absolutely given opportunistic. But B Taylor might not be a lesbian, but it's given bisexual. And you don't get to act like that lady made you do that just because it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. Because that's what I feel. I feel like it didn't work out the way B Taylor wanted it to work out. She was mad with Princella. And so her way of getting back at her is to, she groomed me. Like, I'm like 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I heard her online making everyone think that she would eat my coochie. And when she actually tried to eat my coochie, I was just like, I don't want this. I don't want this. I should have spoke up for myself. Girl, get the fuck out of here. Okay? Get the fuck out of here. Anybody that's going on a date with Princella wants the coochie. Okay? You wanted to trib, bitch. She saw the tribbing and she got interested. Okay? Listen, tribbing is when you scissors. Okay? Old school. Rubbing the cooches together. All you got to do is get on Twitter. Get on Twitter, okay? Follow Lesbians Daily. Let me see what other ones, okay? 24/7 Lesbians. That's a good one. Let me see. Okay? But if you follow Lesbians Daily, girl, you'll find all of the other ones, okay? Because everybody just be sharing each other on Twitter, girl. But I'm sorry, you don't get into a 6 month relationship with a woman that's only 5 years older than you and then act like you wasn't really interested. I was never interested in coochie. Oh my God. She forced it on me. She showed me porn. Girl. And Princella, you ain't never want to talk about you bringing up porn on that girl, trying to get a cooch response out of her. You was trying to make her clit throb and trying to get a reaction. But at the same time, B Taylor, come on, bitch. What you thought? What you mean you ain't nasty? Why the fuck you came? What you mean you ain't nasty? Why the fuck you came? What? Like, what do you mean? I also felt like y'all started off that relationship performing for men. Both of y'all. Get that together. Because one thing your attraction to a woman is not ever supposed to be about is the gaze of men. Okay? Get up off that. That's all I got to say. I'm done. I'll probably be back tomorrow for some other shit. The Ooh Ladies First panel is on Niecy Dixon's channel this week.
Anywhere you go, give it on.
Like, comment, subscribe to our bitch channel. Not only about the money.